So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Today, Apple announced iOS 16, iPadOS 16, macOS 13, watchOS 9. We had a lot of announcements today at WWDC. You might have already watched this, but today we're going to take a first look at iOS 16 Developer Beta 1. I will be downloading this on the 12 Pro Max. You can see right here, it comes in at 5.27 gigabytes. Now, this will contain bugs, so this is the developer version. If you want the public beta, it will arrive next month, so just keep patient if you don't want to pay the $100 fee to try everything out super early here. It's a very big update, major update. So I'm going to go ahead and install it. You can see it's 2:24 p.m. right now, and we'll see how long it takes to install. Before I do that, I want to quickly show you, I took a screenshot. My storage is at 155 gigabytes available for this 12 Pro Max. All right, so we are now in iOS 16 right here. Let's hit continue and see here. So you can see iPhone analytics right here. We'll hit continue and it says welcome to iPhone. Now, the first thing I want to do before we keep it moving is I just want to take a look at something very simple, the wallpapers. See if they included any new wallpapers, and then we'll continue on. So let's go to add new wallpapers, and you can see right away we have a very different look to the whole wallpaper experience. And not only that, with an iOS 16, you're going to be able to really customize all of your, lock screen and stuff like that. It's a huge new update. You can see everything is just totally nice and different here. You'll be able to change the fonts and things like this. A lot more customization happening on your lock screen. It's a very welcome change because in the previous years, I've complained personally about Apple doesn't give you a lot of wallpaper experience. I've said this numerous times, and finally, they have answered that. So it's a very exciting new feature here. Although some people are going to be annoyed that they didn't announce a new always on display, it's still nice to see these different customizations. You can see we have some to the weather and astronomy, and as they introduce widget kit, developers will be able to add new widgets here as time goes on, and you'll be able to put different information right here on your lock screen itself. So a very exciting update. You can see that is the lock screen, and then we have a different way you can see the wallpapers going too. You can configure these wallpapers right here. You can choose different gradients, stuff like that. Really nice new look here for iOS 16. So I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. And then you do have your photos right there. I'm sure they're going to add a little bit more. You can blur that background on the home screen as well. I'm sure they're going to add quite a bit more here in iOS 16 as time goes on. It's just the initial beta, but sometimes Apple just leaves the wallpapers the same the whole year. But a majorly exciting update to wallpapers, and of course the big one, the lock screen, you can see. And here is the current update to the storage. You can see I didn't really gain or lose too much. Also, within the lock screen, I forgot to mention, over time, when they add the feature, you'll be able to see, like when you ask Siri for the NBA final score, for example, unlike you see it up here, they're going to have the ability to show you like quick little widgets down here that is going to show you like live activities, for example, like when your Uber ride is coming, when your NBA score is being updated, your NHL score, your NFL, whatever you guys watch. You'll be able to see your food delivery timing over time as developers update their apps for this. It's going to be a nice update because it'll be right on your lock screen or even the home screen. You'll be able to see this pretty easily. So a very nice little update with live activities. In addition, focus filters here will be able to match the lock screen wallpapers as time goes on. You'll be able to choose and customize the screen based on your own personal focuses. So you can add your own wallpaper, for example, for that particular focus, as you can see right here. And why is that important? Because sometimes you don't want a blaringly colorful wallpaper like this one at nighttime when you're trying to read. I like that Apple's adding some more customization here. Of course, they're not giving you full control over the system. They're never going to do that, but they're still giving you more customizations than ever before. So there's a new update in messages where you can actually undo sends. So you can actually click on messages now, and I can undo that send. I'm not going to do it this minute, but you can undo the send, and you can also edit the message. So if I hold this down, you can see right here, this new edit icon and iOS 16 messages. Pretty sweet. So if you ever messaged something you didn't want to write or you had a typo, that's a thing of the past now with iOS 16. So, hey, don't respond. And you can see I can update this really quickly here. Bang, pretty cool. It says edit it right there. Also, I can just go ahead and make this thing vanish. Goodbye. I didn't want to say that. So definitely Pretty cool here. That's a pretty cool update to messages. Also, you have the ability to mark messages as unread as well within your messages app. So pretty nice update there. So there's also going to be plenty of new updates coming to memojis as well. So just keep a lookout for that. It's going to be quite nice. As always, they're always updating this. So there's going to be more as time goes on throughout the beta process. So very nice to see we see updates there. So there's better updates to live text and visual, you know, lookup and things like that. So for example, this is Staples Center. I took this picture last year. You'll be able to kind of find translations quickly throughout photos, especially if you're in another country or you're in an area where you don't understand the language and you want to quickly translate stuff. It's going to be even better, even easier. Also, if you see a currency in a different language and you take a photo of it and you're trying to translate it, those things are going to easily be done here on iOS 16. So just something small, but can be very useful to the overall experience. And I know you were able to do some of that before, but it's going to be even better this year because the detection, the on-device intelligence is going to get quite a bit better at recognizing these things throughout the whole OS. So it's not just a simple, you could translate before, Nick, you could also do live text before, yeah, but it's going to get even better here. And Wallet also sees some updates. You'll be able to do Apple Pay Later with 0 interest. You'll have several, you know, weeks to pay it off if you're using an Apple Pay, you know, payment certified merchant. So if they use Apple Pay, so pretty cool. And there's gonna be no fees. Also, a couple of states did improve with the driver's license or allow you to use it now, which is Arizona and Maryland. So just overall a nice little update to Apple Wallet that's definitely expanding as time goes on. Still no driver's license in every state, but you know, you'll be able to do that. And they're having more privacy with that as well, where they only show your age kind of like generally, like you're over 21 or whatever. They're gonna be doing that as well. So keeping it more private without showing driver's license numbers and all that stuff. So CarPlay is gonna get some major enhancements here in iOS 16. However, right now it's going to be dependent on, are you using the, you know, car with CarPlay, for example, and how old is your system, because as time goes on, you're going to have to go ahead and wait for the manufacturers to bring new hardware. But this is a process. You know, every time they make major changes to Apple CarPlay, the manufacturer of the car actually has to kind of work with them here as well. Great updates. It's going to be a lot more futuristic looking. You'll be able to see notifications and you'll be able to change climate and stuff within Apple CarPlay itself without doing much, even speedometers and stuff like that. But at the same time, again, that's something that it's going to be more of a long-term update. You're not going to see everything, every car with that right away. Okay, so maps are getting countries. They're getting new countries here within maps. Things like places like Belgium, France, as well as Israel, and many more countries are being added all the time. They're also improving the visuals of maps, and they claim that they're going to just look beautiful overall. But it's just nice that, you know, they're constantly working to improve this. So overall, Apple Maps is seeing major improvements overall. Another thing is you'll be able to easily pay for transit with iPhone here within Apple Maps as well. So that's another thing I forgot to mention. Seeing them kind of integrate maps within your life a little bit better, kind of making it more of a personal experience, more of a easy to see where you're going without just kind of looking at a pure direction based, just a flat grid of places, but more so kind of trying to make it look a little bit more visually appealing than say Google Maps, for example, but they got heavy competition there. Definitely trying to overall just improve the visuals. So within news, there's going to be an all new My Sports section. Right now, it's not really showing it, but you can see they kind of showed it here at WWDC. But right now, we're going to have to wait a little bit until we get to, you know, some future betas. But right now, I don't see the section for it just yet, but they're gonna have their own section just purely for your sports. Maybe it's this one right here. No, that's actually just Discover. Yeah, they're gonna have a section purely for your sports only, which is gonna be a nice new change. If I'm missing something, let me know, but I don't see it right now. Anyway, all kind of just related to your sports. It's going to be a free update, so it's nothing you got to pay for. But if you want a more in-depth version, you're probably going to be able to do that through Apple News Plus. A couple other things you're going to be able to do. I'm not going to actually show it here because, you know, I want to show my iCloud information, but you're going to be able to take your iCloud and share it with, you know, your photo library of iCloud with other people. Also, when you get notifications, they're going to kind of appear down here. I don't have any right now, but they're going to appear down here instead of kind of cluttering up your home screen. They'll appear more at the bottom of the screen. So also within privacy, a new safety check for personal safety. If circumstances or trust levels change, safety check allows you to disconnect from people you don't want to be connected to. This is incredibly important for victims who are basically like, you know, people are abusing them, taking their information, stuff like that. You'll be able to emergency reset things. You'll be able to manage things in here as well. So a nice change to privacy, especially for those people who get their data lost or somebody steals their data or things like that, and they're having issues with the relationship or something and they want their data safe. This is a really good feature update. Nice one. I didn't really expect that one, so that's a good one. So that's about it on some of the new feature updates. So what really didn't change? Well, app library looks the same. The icons look the same. You still have the ability to go through like this, and everything from before is similar. In terms of speed, I'm not gonna comment on that right now. Maybe I'll do a speed test with iOS 16 beta 1 if you wanna see how it performs here. But you can see when you swipe down, it looks a little bit different. I believe they actually brought that search bar to the bottom now. It used to be up here. So search bar now comes down here for doing spotlight search, and you'll see it says search right here. Sometimes it'll appear like that within this new version. Going off to the left, you can see they also removed the search bar that was at the top, so you're just seeing that, and you can see it like that. So a little bit different there. The actual lock screen, we've seen that already, and you could see the control center doesn't look too much different. So overall, again, it looks like another refinement year with a nice update to a suite of features, improving the experience, but not really overhauling the OS like majorly so. They're just improving the experience and refining it bit by bit. No split screen though. We still don't have the ability to split screen on the iPhone. Another year, another experience where you cannot split two apps side by side. Is Apple ever going to do this? I don't know. Some people don't really care at all. It bothers me because these are huge phones, especially the Max users should get this feature where they could split applications. Can't do that yet. Also, there is no mention of an Apple Pencil support, so I don't expect us to see an Apple Pencil version of an iPhone. If you were thinking they're gonna maybe launch a S22 Ultra competitor, I don't see that. In addition to that, no AOD or always on display, where you know, you see the clock with the lock screen. I'll show you what that looks like here. If you don't know what that is on a Samsung phone, you tap this like this and you can kind of see an always on display. Still not available here for iOS 16. So that's gonna wrap it up for me here. Overall, I think the biggest obvious change here is gonna be the lock screen customization. That's the huge one in this update for me. Definitely a nice overhaul. And I think if you're into customizing lock screens and wallpapers and you just love iPhone and you just wanted to see it get even better, it's better. Let's put it that way. But there's still more work I think Apple can do on this software. So let me know your thoughts on that down below in the comments section of this video. And let me know if you downloaded iOS 16. What do you think of it? Stuff like that. What storage space did it take? And if you have an iPhone 8 and lower, you cannot download this. So bye-bye iPhone 7, 7 Plus, 6S, 6S Plus, SE, goodbye. I'm sorry, it's gone. If I had to give it a rating, I give it like a 9 out of 10. It needs a couple more updates to really cement itself as unbeatable, but definitely let me know your thoughts. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already. Nick here, be sure to be well, and peace.